about one area that is possibly not addressed so much into the sector, and that is the cognitive impaired people. And my topic is that computer desktop for cognitive impaired people, needs and challenges. This is the overview of the presentation. So first some introduction, then classification, then what are the various aspects of the topic. So first, if I want to define what does I mean by the word cognitive disability. So there is no clear-cut definition of it where we can term it word by word. Okay, this we call as the cognitive disability. There is no one-size-fits-all definition. It's a broad term. It has many meanings. Time to time, depending on the context, the meaning of cognitive disability or cognitive impairment may vary. But just to say something, as per Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder 4, a person with cognitive disability as one who is significantly limited in at least two of the following areas, that is self-care, communication, home living, social interpersonal skills, self-direction, use of community resources, functional academic skills, work, leisure, health and safety. So if any two aspects are affected, then we can say, okay, this kind of person has having some problem. But I will again say this is one definition, or if we want to observe some behavior, okay, some behavior, some observations, then these kind of persons have variable nature of activities based on their IQ. They may be of low IQ, they may be of moderate IQ, or they may be of high functionality. They may have longer grasping and response time depending upon their skill. They may have some loss of attention, forgetfulness, understanding of picture may be better than text. Okay, again, the saying is like this, that okay, a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. So the understanding of picture for them, for such people, may be better than the text. Learning through recreation. If you giving them learning, or if they are undergoing process through in just academic or just plain manner, then possibly they may not respond. But if you try to associate fun, recreation activities, then the result may be better. They require simple instructions and not too many things at a time. Not many two things at a time. Okay, you have to specify interactive approach. You have to talk to them. You have to encourage them. Then they can respond. Okay, these are some observations. Okay, some observations may be overlapping, but based on it, in general, we can say that cognitive disability is something that is related with mental task, one or more kind of mental task, and the type of problem, nature of problem, and the degree of problem may vary from one to one. And if it is again associated with other kinds of disabilities, then the scenario may be complex one. So when we are talking about the cognitive disabilities or cognitive impairments, and we want to address in the terms of the computer uses, then what kind of disability we want to address? We will have to identify that what kind of disabilities or what kind of characteristics we are going to address. As I said, that cognitive disability is a vast term. It may have many meanings in different scenarios. So to identify the solution, so before, it is very much necessary to understand the characteristics of the person or characteristics of the user that you are going to address. So we can divide or classify cognitive disabilities in majorly two segments, that is clinical and functional. Clinical disabilities are related with medical aspects. I have listed down some types of clinical disabilities. I will not go into the much details of these autism, Down syndrome, traumatic brain injury, or attention deficit disorder, dyslexia, dyscalculia. What kind of I am interested in? I am interested in aspects that are related with the computer uses, that affects the use of the computer. And these aspects are clubbed into the class that is called functional cognitive disabilities. Because these are various characteristics that affect the uses of the computer by a person. And what are these aspects? What are these characteristics? These disabilities are related with memory. Such persons may not memorize the things. They may forget the things after some time. They may not memorize the way of doing things. They may have problems in problem solving related tasks. As simple as that, if you say, okay, just add 2 and 3. So such kind of problems may be there. Attention problems may be there. They may lose focus while doing some kind of work. Reading, language, verbal comprehension, math comprehension, verbal comprehension, to name a few. So these are the various functionalities that we want to address. Why? Because as I said, such kind of difficulties impose barriers on computer users. So when we have identified, okay, these kind of disabilities we are going to address, we want to address, then we have to identify what are the barriers in computer users. So before we see those barriers, I will discuss something that why computer usage should be encouraged for the persons with cognitive disabilities. Why computer can be helpful for cognitive disabled people. As since yesterday we are seeing that there are lots of technologies available for different segments of people. And we say that technology is an enabler for the persons who have some kind of challenge with them. And as for visual, for physical, many more assistive technologies are available. So it becomes imperative that we address this segment and try to identify where these people can be helped. So ICT, as we say, that information and communication technology, can be helpful for such persons in many scenarios. It may create a sense of independence in them. It may create the sense of control of their lives and environment into them. We can provide such methods, we can provide such technologies that help them in controlling their lives and environments. Similarly, for the people who needs monitoring and supervision by caretakers and parents, such mechanisms can be developed where they can be monitored or supervised by remote locations. And it may again helpful in their mental and physical growth. Memory and organization related tasks can be addressed, and again it may provide them with flexible and alternate mechanisms for communication. That is AAC, augmentative and alternative communication. As we see the session before lunch, how Kinect can be used to talk in the natural way with the system, with the computer. So such kind of alternate mechanisms, they can speak with the system. They can make gestures with the system. They can again innovate in some possible way through which they can interact with the system. So alternate ways of communications can be devised. It can be a enabler to reduce their social isolation and help him in social inclusion. And similarly, their daily activities can be assisted, their rehabilitation and skill building process can be assisted. So these various areas you may find overlapping in some way or other. But the point is that for various scenarios, for various contexts, for various things, computer or